Are you ready for the heavyweight championship of the world? Are you ready?
All right, and we're back. My name is Bill.
And my name is Barry. And today, welcome to And in This Corner, where we settle the score once and for all on who's the best. That includes best music, best shows, best movies, best anything. And this week, what we talking about, Bill?
Today, we are going to talk about the Versuz matchup that's coming next week between Fat Joe and Ja Rule.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
Fat Joe and Ja Rule. I almost messed up and said Fat Ja. But all right, so I guess first question, man. Both of these guys had a sweet spot in the 2000s where they were just really it depends. But I know on my 2000s playlist, both of them show up a lot. So I mean, first question: does this matchup make sense to you, Bill?
It honestly threw me for a loop. I did not see this coming at all. But I will say this: if it wasn't 50 Cent and Ja Rule, then they had to get somebody. I think they also looked at the fact that do the guy who they're gonna use, are they gonna have enough music to entertain the crowd? Because we got crowds back now. I know that Ja Rule ruled the airwaves. You could not hear a song go, 3 songs on the radio without it one being Ja Rule, whether it's his song or a feature. And Fat Joe did have some singles that
Fat Joe's it's more spread out. It's more spread,
yeah.
And I didn't really start recognizing it until probably about 3 or 4 years ago. Because I remember with his Breakfast Club interviews, Fat Joe would come on and be like, he just got all these hits. And I'm like, no, he don't. And I was like, wait a minute. And it would be a consistent big hit every 3 years. So his is spread out where Ja's just was condensed. But both of them, I believe both of them have a lot of hits. But like you said, Ja just had that moment where he was the king of the airwaves. And if it wasn't for a couple shots fired by 50 Cent, he probably would be still dominating today.
He was the more scratchy voice version of Drake.
Yeah, I wanted to make that comparison, but I was like, I don't know if I should. But I'm glad you said it. The way he was on the radio is Drake is very reminiscent of that. Yeah. And it was just he dominated the 106 in Park Countdown. And because of the features, like you said, he would have an Ashanti record, his song, and then be on a couple of other, like the J-Lo stuff. It was just like, man, this man's on everything track, like
everything.
It's like the Kevin Hart syndrome. Like you on everybody movie. Like, okay, you on everybody.
He was on everything that you can think of. He was there. And good music too. Good music.
Yeah, very great music. So here's the thing. Let's go into some of the catalogs, and then this will kind of be a refresher. Like I really just did the first things that came to mind. This is without me looking it up, but at the end of the day, I'm going to leave a lot of stuff off the table just because I would probably have to do a Google search just to see some songs I'm forgetting. But
well, I guess if you do, I'm pretty sure I got them because I got my notes. And I'm
perfect.
Ready.
Let's look at Fat Joe first. Like when it comes to Fat Joe, obviously.
So, go ahead.
I'm thinking What's Love, Make It Rain, Lean Back, All the Way Up, the We Thuggin', the R. Kelly, the Get It Poppin', the Nelly, and then a whole lot of current stuff. And that's so I left off a lot of the current stuff. I just went off of my memory. So can you kind of fill in the blanks on stuff that I left off?
You hit the major songs that we know he's going to play.
Okay.
Lean Back is the biggest song out of both. Like that song was.
I heard somebody
huge.
Say What's Love, and I was like, bro, we really gonna act like Lean Back don't play in the club today?
Lean Back was the biggest.
Which one you say is bigger? Which one you say is second biggest?
His second biggest?
Yeah.
Probably Make It Rain.
I was gonna say Make It Rain as well.
Yeah. But because they became Make It Rain became a term.
Yeah.
You know, lean back was a term. So the lean back,
I give him more credit for the lean back, but Make It Rain was already there, but that one took it to another level to where I think it entered more. I feel like Make It Rain was something Black people would say, but then it went into pop culture as soon as that song came out to where everybody said it now.
So the What's Love, All the Way Up, that was one of his more recent, within the last 3, 4, 5 years. So
are they both not
those
on
are
What's
his
Love?
songs. Huh?
What's Love? I know Ashanti's on What's Love, but Ja Rule's not on What's Love, right?
Yeah, he is.
Okay, all right, cool. They're gonna play that at the end.
That, or I don't think they play that. But just hold that thought.
Okay.
So those are Fat Joe's songs that are his album songs that are the more standout songs. You got the We Thuggin'. Also, one of my favorite songs is My Lifestyle that he has. He also got the song with I can't think of the name, but it's with Young Jeezy. It's another song he has with Jeezy. But then he's gonna play like the We Taking Over.
Forgot about that. That's bro. I think
DJ
that's
Khaled.
my
DJ Khaled.
Yeah, but I think that's my when our line had we you know what, we didn't do a line dance to that one, but that
No.
We had a party walk to We Taking Over though.
Okay, so he has that.
With the DJ Khaled stuff, I'll be forgetting which ones he featured on, but he has a lot of.
He's featured on the We Taking Over, I'm So Hood remix. You know, he did a whole lot of stuff with the Sunshine, the new song, one of the recent songs,
with
Sunshine with
P. Diddy Dome.
Dre.
Yeah. Yes.
Dre.
Yeah, you're right. It's with Dre. Yeah, that's 20. Is that 2020 or 2021?
I believe it's not 2021. It could be 19. It's either 19 or 20, but it's more recent.
Yeah.
Recent songs. I know he has the I Shot You remix with LL Cool J, Foxy, that whole crew. Play No Games off of the Lil Jon. That's one of my favorite songs. The Go Crazy remix off of Young Jeezy.
Can you think of like a hit with him and Big Pun on it?
Twins.
Okay, all right.
Twins with the deep cover, deep cover sound song beat. That's probably one of the biggest ones. But he's definitely gonna play Cool and Dre, the hits, you know, whatever they have. DJ Khaled.
They might be there.
I wouldn't be surprised if they weren't.
You know where it's located? Are they doing this in
New York? It'd be in New York.
Okay, all right. They might not be there though. Cool and Dre, they
Khaled probably be there.
Yeah,
Khaled probably be there. So I got, man, he has some hits. He got songs. He got songs. I think that with Fat Joe, I kind of was thinking about the whole Fabulous Jadakiss. Jadakiss had more grungy rap. And you know, Fab had a lot of women.
Yeah,
women anthems.
Pop records
more pop.
Too.
So I kind of thought, okay, well, you know, Ja Rule has a lot of pop. Fat Joe is more that he gives you that rugged, but then he also has some pop hits too. So
yeah, he do.
Yeah, so
because of that Khaled angle, he has some stuff that plays.
He got some. Yeah, he got J-Lo records. He got Shanti. So he has some pop hits, some singy songs as well. So
you ready to get into Ja Rule catalog?
I'm ready, man. You know,
all right.
Ja was running it. That's easy.
Yeah, this is just me going off the top of my head, filling the blanks, and when you fill in the blanks, list them out. But I'm always on time. Mesmerize, Put It On Me, Holla, the Clap Back, Living It Up.
Yes, sir.
TV sample. Whose sample is that? Is that
Stevie Wonder?
Okay, that is. I said
do?
Stevie. Yeah.
Do I do?
Between Me and You. He gonna play the Thug Lovin'. Yeah, with Bobby. How Many Want to Die Tonight? The Light It Up soundtrack with the MacGyver theme, and then he's gonna play I'm Real because he's featured in that.
He has to play I'm Real.
With the J-Lo. and then the Down AB
yep.
with Charlie Baltimore them.
Yes, sir.
And then I know I'm leaving some stuff off the table. Can you fill in the blanks?
He got It's Murder. He has Murder for Life. He has Can I Get Her with Jigga. No, Can I Get Her?
Yep.
With,
yeah. Which one came out? Is that the first time we saw him? Like on Can I Get Her? Or was it Can I Get Her? Was that
that's one of the first ones that he was mainstream, like here you go.
He kept showing up on mixtapes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That was
he has the What's Love with Fat Joe, but so he has that with Fat Joe, but then Fat Joe has Fat Joe on his the New York song.
Yeah,
and I think that's what they're going to end with.
That's being played last, especially
because
since
it's
New York.
New York.
Yeah.
Rainy Days with Mary J.
Technically, New York. Yeah, technically, I'm from New York will have been played technically 3 times because it counts twice for Ja Rule and Fat Joe, and didn't. It showed up in another verses before it.
Jadakiss.
Yeah, Jadakiss. Did Jadakiss play it twice?
Played it once.
Okay, I'm thinking about.
Well, you know what? I don't know that. I will have to go back and look because he could have played it twice.
Yeah, that's gonna be a record.
Yeah,
Jadakiss showing up on everybody versus.
That's a big record though. That's a big record.
We already have 15 songs with him that are just like these aren't small hits. These are just all of these are heavyweights to me. Like
yeah, man. He still got. He has I think he had a song on the Belly soundtrack that was one pretty big one. And it's going to go. I think now. Before when I first started it and I was talking to somebody, I'm like, but Ja Rule ran the airwaves. I think he's gonna like whatever. But then as I start writing down the songs, like damn, Fat Joe, he's not running.
Yeah, it depends on the audience, but for me, I feel like even me talking about it, I kind of know who I'm siding with now. And once again, take that with a grain of salt because I always pick wrong. But I'm kind of I would have loved to see Ja Rule and 50 Cent squash the beef, but the way 50 is, he's so petty. It's not gonna happen. Man. But I'm glad they're gonna feature Ja Rule because, in my opinion. Well, in a lot of people's opinion, what Ja Rule was doing was ahead of his time because he was being a lot of that wankster stuff. It was based off of the fact that he was singing on songs, and he revolutionized the way rap is now. Rap is almost a derivative of R&B because all of these rappers are singing now. Mm-hmm. So I would hope that when he gets in on stage and people start hearing the music, he gets a little bit more respect for his catalog.
He will.
Yeah, because you got, but. He's always been in the limelight for negative stuff because the Dave Chappelle joke and because of the Fire Festival and because of the 50 Cent angle. He never helps himself with the way he's portrayed in the media. So I think this is going to be a silver lining. Now, if he mess up and have, microphone issues or something, or his DJ set him up, it's going to be a wrap for him. But I'm hoping that he shines on this or whatever.
I think he will. And, you always go back and say, oh, yeah. Man, this was my song. Oh yeah. It happens every single time. Every single time.
I did that like 4 times just off of Ja Rule's tracks. So
I'm telling you, every single time it happens. And again, it's a celebration. So we go back to celebrate the great music that they gave us that is not really getting airplay right now because of the type of music that's running the airways right now. So
I mean, we kind of talking about it already. I mean, I'm interested to know like who will win, and here's the point where we actually discuss not necessarily percentages yet, but who has the advantage going in. Are there any disadvantages that you could think of, and we can start to kind of build our case on who we think is going to dominate, if it's going to be a domination or what.
So for me, Fat Joe is still relevant because he keeps making music. Mm-hmm. And he, like you said, every 3 years or every so many years, he gives you an anthem. So he just had the Sunshine anthem not too long, not really anthem, but, it made airwaves. It made some waves 2 years ago, a year or 2 years ago. And if I'm not mistaken, he had something just come out not too long ago, maybe sometime in 2021. But he's still very relevant. And what also helps him is that he's very active on social media.
Mm-hmm.
So remember, he recapped the whole locks
Verzuz.
and
Yeah.
the verses, and he's on social media. He has a podcast, so he's very active. So he's going to be seen more. Ja Rule, honestly, the last time I saw Ja Rule was when he was having the mic issues at the Milwaukee game. And he's just standing there like
that was right. That's what I'm saying. Ja Rule is he's a magnet for some of that, and if that could easily like mess up any type of projections we have. And Fat Joe gives some of the best interviews online to where he knows how to entertain folks, and you have to give him an edge because of that. So you could walk in with a better catalog and then mess around, and you just don't know how to entertain the crowd. So off of, if it's just pure, if we only looking at the music, yes, I'm looking at Ja Rule as like hit after hit after hit, and he has so many different songs where people could be like, "Oh, that's my song," and he benefits off of being on so many good soundtracks, like cultural movies, like Light It Up. That movie's not remembered now as much as that song is. Like I remember the song from Light It Up, and then the Rush Hour soundtrack. Like some of the songs that you were mentioning, I'm like, okay, that's Rush Hour. Okay, what's that? Like you mentioned Belly. He's tied to like some stuff that's very important. When J-Lo was first on BET, she had the cosign from Ja Rule. You know what I mean? To where it's like, okay, Ja Rule rocking with her. I guess we'll rock with Jig. Even though the In Living Color angle, but I get it. The younger kids didn't know about that.
Yeah. So the story to tell. That's what it's called. Story to tell. Story to tell.
Okay.
That was on the Belly soundtrack.
But with Fat Joe, like you said, it's the fact that he knows. I never underestimate anyone anymore for knowing how to entertain a crowd, because Jadakiss showed you how far you could get based off of, okay, I know what this crowd want. I know how to sell you out. Like Fat Joe is hilarious, and he knows how to get in your head. Like he's a great trash talker. Like it's a more respectable 50 Cent like type trash talking, where he can mess around and confuse Ja Rule DJ. Even though most of that stuff be planned, he can make them start second guessing some of their performances or whatever. So right now it's like 6 in one hand, 6 in the other. It's like one person has the catalog, the other person, they're just out in the public eye more, and they're likable, and they have the ear to the younger folks. So who knows?
At this point, you're looking at will Fat Joe's records and his persona and him being seen carry him, or will Ja Rule's songs and us just remembering how he ran the airwaves carry his side?
And his features are pretty legendary. So some songs based off of, like if you notice in some past rounds, like the Teddy Riley played a song off of the strength of people like Jay-Z. So I need to play something because Jay-Z's on it. Because Ja Rule was part of that Def Jam era where a lot of the greats were there, he has some respectable features that they have a lot of name recognition. So that's going to help him. The fact that he's not in the public eye, it's like, okay, I hear Lil Mo. Okay, I hear Ashanti. Okay, I hear Fat Joe. I hear Jay-Z. I hear
Mary J.
Mary J. I hear
Mary J.
Come on, man.
And I'm talking about a good song.
Man, he has well, they both got home court advantage. I was gonna say, like, he has a lot of his features are from New York, but New York people just work with New York people.
Yeah, so you got the Bronx versus Queens. So
yeah, man. I want to see how this goes. But before we see it, it's nice to get our predictions in, man. Last round, I still lost, but it was by 1%. So we're gonna do this again. Now here's the time we talk about our percentages. Basically, what percentage, basically kind of a scale, like on a scale from 0 to 100, how much of that percentage are you giving to this person to win versus that artist? And then, all right, now this is where the rubber meets the road. Let's go. You want to go first, or you want me to go first? Let me go first because
I'll
you
let you
always
go first. Yeah, I always go.
you get it right.
First.
And if I get it right, I don't want people to be like, he just copied off of what Bill said. All right, so
go ahead,
here's the thing.
Ahead.
I'm going to make it close, right? Mm-hmm. But I'm going to give an edge. And I'm hoping this guy doesn't have technical issues, man. I'm gonna give an edge. I'm gonna go 48-52. That's extremely close. And I'm giving the 52 to Ja Rule. And I'm giving the 48 to Fat Joe. Mm-hmm. And that's just me going through his catalog. And I'm like, oh shoot. And I left off some stuff. And I'm like, okay, he's gonna get through 15 rounds, and these songs have graduated to like the lexicon of they're considered classic oldies now for the 2000s era. And he just dominated that era where that sound, a lot of artists bit from that. And I'm giving Ja Rule that off of the strength of his catalog.
Yeah. That's a great choice. In my head, I was playing with 52 and 48 as well.
Okay.
Man,
and I'm hoping you push because I feel way more comfortable if we both get it wrong as opposed to me always getting it wrong. What you got, Bill?
50-50 is too easy. That's 50-50 is too easy. So
but it might be 50-50.
You know what? I'm going with 50%, 50-50.
All right, yeah.
It's just hard because like as I'm looking at the songs, right, that I have written down, as I look at Fat Joe. And then I go to Ja Rule, I'm like, okay, that can win, this can win, that can win, this can win, that can win, this can win, that can win. And I keep going back and forth. And I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, one thing we cannot do is try to project where they're going to play these songs. Like, I done seen some DJs.
Yeah, definitely can't.
I seen some DJs screw it up. So I'm not even looking at that. It's just that, like you said, I'm looking at these songs and I'm like, man, this man Ja Rule got a clip and he gonna shoot it like 15 times before it's empty. And I'm like, all of these hits, it doesn't matter what Joe picks at this point because a lot of these are either gonna be ties or he's gonna win. Same thing with Joe. He has records. It's like, okay, if you play that, there's a 90% chance you're gonna take that round. He has a lot of those as well.
Yeah,
but I'm just like, man, and this is me talking. And once again, I'm judging this based off of the conversations I've had. Asterisk, these conversations have been with females. But like you said, Ja Rule makes music with the female ear kind of factored in to where they've been saying, like, no, that's like, you know how I love the 80s. I love 80s music and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Some females love that 2000 era because of Ja Rule. And I'm like, oh, that's your like go-to era, like the 2010s. And it's because of it's the 2000s. Yeah. Because of it's because of Ja Rule. I'm like, oh wow, like he really has hits that be on the radio like that today for that's the solid go era now. You know what I mean? I'm like, wow, I feel old. 2000s. But I'm giving it to him based off of my conversations with people. And it might come back to bite me, but I'm sticking with that 48-52.
And that's if we're looking at the DJs. And again, it also is about how they set up their playlist as well. So if you set up your playlist knowing, like, okay, I'm going in this order. I'm gonna give you I may come out with a banger. I may pull back a little bit, and I may have to look at it. They may have to cue. They might have to cue their like. And I know it's hard during the match. Because to make in-game decisions and turn things around, that's hard. But
here's the thing. The one thing that you're bringing up that got me worried. So I'll put this little asterisk. So far, Fat Joe has had an organized career, which is why he's been shown this much longevity. I've never seen Ja Rule prepare for anything. 50 Cent caught him off guard. Fire Festival caught him off guard. The Milwaukee Bucks game. Was it Milwaukee or Toronto? It was a Milwaukee game. Yeah. So I'm like, he wouldn't shock me if he's like, oh shoot, we got the wrong playlist and they mess around playing the wrong tracks over and over again. So that
I don't think that will happen because remember you have Irv Irv Gotti there as well. Irv is going to be in the building. Irv is going to be in the building. DJ Khaled is going to be in the building. And Cool and Dre.
Yeah, some of the lack of
Dre.
Yeah, one of them doesn't get out as much. It's cool. Yeah, that's the bigger one. So yeah, he's going to
Dre is going to be there. Khaled's going to be there, and Irv Gotti, because Irv Gotti did majority of a lot of those beats.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I remember an interview with DJ Mustard, and he's like telling DJ Mustard, man, you know, how much are you charging for your beat?
Ashanti gonna be there too. I've seen a meme where they said Ashanti just gonna be running back and forth.
Yeah,
depending on her feature. So
to finish that, he said that he was charging a quarter. He was like, man, you charge $25,000 for a beat. He was like, no, man, I charge a $250,000.
Yeah,
and then he said DJ Mustard started to up his stuff. That's what allowed him to go back and buy his masters.
Yeah,
Irv was already doing that.
Yeah, and what a lot of beat makers, that's what they used to charge. Like not that much, but they used to charge like you definitely had to charge over 6 figures. But it was $1 million game, and it was like they say like people that used to make beats for like dimes, like the Manny Freshes came in and ruined it for producers. A lot of producers don't be making money like that no more because the price tag done went down. But you got 50-50. I got what I said 48 50 40 50, 48 52.
52, yeah, 52 48 Ja Rule.
All right, cool. So enough of what we think. We're barely right. Well, I'm barely right most of the time. So who we want to hear from? What predictions we want to hear, Bill?
Hey, go down to my 2 cents. Excuse me. Go down to my 2 cents. Listening audience.
Yeah, go ahead in the comment section.
Let us know. Do you agree with us?
And let us know songs that you expect to get played. Let us know songs that we probably left off of our particular playlist because they're going to 20 and we left off like 5 songs for each person. Mm-hmm. So go ahead and let us know songs you want to hear. Yeah. And then who do you think who do you think is gonna win? Is it gonna be a landslide? We went into that the Dipset versus Locks expecting it to be close, and man, were we surprised. So who knows? And then, if we're right, we're gonna make sure you guys hear about it. If we're wrong, we're just gonna zip our lip and act like we ain't said it.
I didn't
say same thing for you guys. If you guys, go ahead and let us know in the comment section. Put your 2 cents, and then feel free to gloat if you get it right. So, I mean, that's all that I had, Bill. What else you got to say?
Hey, like, comment, and subscribe. That's all I got to say.
I agree. I can't wait for the verses. I'll see you guys in the comment section. Peace.